An aircraft that many people who are watching this probably haven't heard of, the Antonov 124. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Review, where today we will be taking a closer look at the Antonov Airlines AN-124 in the normal livery of the Antonov Airlines. On the front of the box we have the Antonov Airlines branding, as well as the 30 years breaking records branding next to it. We also, of course, have the Herpa wings branding, as well as a cutout where you can see the top of the plane. Moving on to the back of the box, there isn't very much to see here apart from an image of the plane. I would have liked if there was a bit of information about the aircraft though. And here she is, the Antonov Airlines AN-124 in the normal livery of Antonov Airlines and in the 1 to 500 scale. But before we take a closer look at this aircraft, let's take a look at what this aircraft is doing in real life. This aircraft with the registration code Uniform Romeo-8229 was manufactured and delivered to Antonov Airlines in 1992, early in the year, which it has stayed with the company ever since. It was one of 8 to be delivered to the company. All of these aircraft are currently being heavily used due to the reduction in travel and increased cargo transport needs during the pandemic. This aircraft has currently flown into multiple destinations around the world in the past few days, which include Delhi, Darwin, Newcastle and Brisbane, all in Australia, Honolulu, as well as Montreal, as well as a couple other places. That is it for now. Let's get to the review. On the back of the plane we have the Antonov written on the vertical stabilizer, which is very nice. Moving up the plane, there isn't very much doors and stuff at the back because it mainly goes through the front doors, but we do have the registration code of the aircraft as well as the rear door. And moving out the plane, we don't have much underneath the wings, so we will just go to the front of the plane where we have a little bit of information about the aircraft, where you can pause the video now to take a closer look. And then at the front of the plane we have the cockpit windows, which are printed on very nicely indeed, as well as a line of where the nose at the front of the plane would lift up. Moving on to the wings, Herpa have done a very good job with the wings, carving out all the flaps, slaps and spoilers very nicely indeed. And moving on to the bottom side of the wings, we again have the registration code of the aircraft and again a lot of detailing. Moving on to the engines, Antonov and Herpa have decided to leave them blue and yellow, which match the theme of the aircraft. There's quite a bit of detailing at the back of the engines, which is very nice from Herpa, and if you look inside the engines you can see the engine fan blades. Moving on to the wheels, there are a lot of wheels and Herpa have done a very good job nailing all the detailing on there, which is very good to see. Moving on to the front landing gear, this is one of the few aircraft in the world that has more than just one set of wheels at the front, with this one having 2 sets of wheels, which again is very nice to see the added detailing from Herpa wings. Now let's go to the summary. Moving on to the summary, and like always we are judging a lot of 4 key elements that I believe make a good model. The first being the box. Herpa could have done a better job with the box, especially on the back side of the box where there is very minimal detailing about the aircraft itself. That would have been nice to see, but apart from that the box is like normal boxes and that's why I give the box for this Antonov Airlines AN-124 a 2 out of 5. Moving on to the detail of this model, there is quite a bit of detail at the front of the plane, which is really good to see from Herpa, and then also at the back of the plane there is also again quite a bit of detail. That's why I give the detailing for this model a 4 out of 5. Moving on to the mold of this aircraft, I don't really know much about the mold, but judging by the appearance of this model and looking at the real life image, there isn't too much that is very visibly different. That's why I give the mold for this Antonov Airlines AN-124 a 5 out of 5. Moving on to the realism of the plane, and this is where we compare the aircraft to the real life image. And looking at the real life image, there really isn't too much that is very different, apart from a little bit of detailing that is missed on the engines as well as the back of the plane. But without further ado, that gives the realism for this aircraft a 4 out of 5, which gives the total score for this Antonov Airlines AN-124 Aviation a total score of 16 out of 20. If you liked this video, make sure you hit the like button down below, and if you're new around here and you like the content I produce, why not hit subscribe? If you also want to see some more aviation content from me, you can go to the description of this video and look at my Instagram page. But without further ado, that's HB Aviation signing out for now.